Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as was the vast majority of crypto and finance. And guys, I want to ask for all of those individuals out there that are watching this video, if you think that we should abolish the SEC and fire Gary Gensler, hit that like button and comment down below, hashtag abolish the SEC, because this organization, I should say this agency, needs to go. Check this out. The SEC delays decision on Bitcoin ETF from Cathie Wood's ARK Invest. Oh, but I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you the first ETFs that do get approved are going to be from Wall Street giants. Because guess what? They don't want anyone to win besides the suit wearers and those that are a part of the banking system. They don't care about us. You know, this agency has paraded itself around this space for years now, saying that they are trying to protect the retail investors. Where are they when the bank collapses? Oh yeah, that's right. They're bailing out the big guys. But nonetheless, we do see down here, there's a few things around this. So there's a lot of spot Bitcoin ETFs that are trying to get through. Mainly, the only ones that really got approved are futures ETFs, which really kind of speaks volumes on what the SEC is really kind of trying to do here. The futures ETFs are a lot more riskier. More people are losing money on futures ETFs, which they will probably utilize as an example. But we are constantly seeing these spot ETFs being delayed, denied, and it's kind of ridiculous at this point. Like, I hate the fact that this space has to rely on regulators like Gary Gensler, who are obviously not here for innovation. They want to throw their ego around in terms of this power trip, essentially, that they're on. And it's sad. It really is sad. We do see over here, SEC decision on Bitcoin ETFs won't leave out Wall Street giants. The SEC prolonged deliberation over a spot Bitcoin ETF is stoking expectations of a joint decision for all applications. And we do see down here that the SEC's delay is deciding whether to approve a spot ETF in the US, is fueling expectations that a final verdict will come in a batch that includes key players on Wall Street, including BlackRock and Fidelity. There's a tremendous amount of pressure on the SEC to approve a number of these ETFs, particularly because the approved futures-backed products are lagging spot performance substantially, harming investors. And again, like, this is what they want. This is exactly what this is what I just talked about with these futures ETFs. And they are analyzing a total of 8 applications for a spot Bitcoin ETF following past delays and denials of the crypto product in recent years. Companies up for a decision are ARK Invest, which we just know that got denied, delayed, and 21 shares, Bitwise, BlackRock, VanEck, WisdomTree, Invesco, and Galaxy Digital, Fidelity, Valkyrie. Together, the firms manage over $15 trillion in global assets. And on August 11th, the U.S. market regulator opened a 21-day comment period for the ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF as per the filing. The SEC is seeking answers on whether ARK 21 shares proposal is designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices, as well as whether the Bitcoin market is susceptible to manipulation. How comical is this, right? Like, to me personally, I think that this is absolutely comical, right? Like, they're constantly trying to talk about fraud and manipulation within this space. Like, take a step back. Look at the traditional world of finance. I mean, it's ridiculous. The SEC should reject Bitcoin ETF filings because they will expose investors to fraud, manipulation, and other investor harms. This is comical, right? Like, as we see this industry get thrown under the bus time and time again from all these people, it makes me think, like, are they blind to the traditional world? Like, seriously, like, take a step back. Let's go over here to the bank failures, right? In 2008, there was $524 billion worth of bank failures. Okay, 2023 so far, $532 billion. That's right. We have well over more money that has gone out the window in these bank failures this year than 2008. And you know what's funny about this? Is that this is 3 bank failures versus well over 25. Let's go over here. Here's bank failures by year. Let me zoom in for you guys. So in 2023, I think that we're at like 5 now. We might be at like 5 or 6 or so. Go back to 2008. There was 25. The following year, 2009, 140. 2010, 157. This is why I say like the traditional world is collapsing and they don't want you to escape. And they want to make sure that investors don't have any opportunities at all. Like crypto, although it's high risk, it's high reward, right? There's a lot of great products in this space. There's a lot of great assets, projects, companies, you name it. They don't want you a part of it. And it's the same thing around XRP. Like, look at what happened after the XRP decision in the case. Every single maxi was over on Twitter. You've seen the headline articles. It's a partial win. XRP is not cleared as a security or as a currency. It's still a security. Like, you've seen so much FUD to shake out the retail sector. Did you ever question why that is? They don't want you holding it. They don't want you getting wealthy. It's ridiculous. But we're finally starting to see a little bit of a pushback, and we're finally starting to see people realize this. So Wendy O, Crypto Wendy O, she posted over on Twitter. She said, "I do not think we realize how lucky we are to have XRP." And Johnny Deaton did say Wendy is 100% here. And, whether some people want to admit it or not, the crypto industry is lucky that 75,000 XRP holders chose to unite and fight back and submit affidavits that were cited by the judge in her decision finding programmatic sales of XRP on exchanges, even when sold by Ripple, to not be securities. The crypto industry is lucky that even after losing at summary judgment, LibraryCom and Jeremy Kauffman continued to fight for LBC users demanding clarity, even after the SEC Gov bankrupted Library. The crypto industry is lucky Naomi Brockwell wasn't afraid to get involved after the LibraryCom summary judgment decision and agreed to be amicus curiae so that we could appear and limit the judge's ruling to only apply to direct sales made by Library. And it made a difference because Judge Torres cited the hearing where the judge promised me on the record that he would make it clear that his ruling did not apply to secondary transactions. And we even do see down here, right? Like, declining to extend holding to include secondary sales. So this was a huge game changer. And listen, history should 100% be written around this because the XRP Army and what Ripple has done for this space as well should not go unnoticed. The biggest problem that I see around this space is too many people are overlooking what actually happened in the last couple years around this case. Everyone is so focused on one thing and it's ridiculous. Also, over here, thinking Crypto One, many members of Congress are turning on scumbag regulator Gary Gensler after the Ripple XRP ruling. Many also recognize Gary going after Coinbase was a very dumb move. And here we have from CoinDesk, U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis. This is also an individual that has flip-flopped around in crypto. She's, at one point in time progressive around crypto, and then all of a sudden she's negative around it. Her and more than half a dozen companies and lobbying groups as well urged a federal court to dismiss the SEC's lawsuit against Coinbase late Friday. We also do see over here a senator filing an amicus brief stating that the SEC has exceeded its authority as given it to by the Senate. First, that is very compelling. Second, wow, that is my legal analysis. And this is, of course, from Jeremy Hogan. This is huge, right? Because this is a senator, which the SEC has been given their authority by the Senate, now filing an amicus brief stating that the SEC has exceeded its authority. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And what do you see from Meta Lawman? This is the tweet that he's quoting. Senator Cynthia Lummis just filed an amicus brief supporting Coinbase's motion to dismiss the SEC's complaint. She is a co-sponsor of the Lummis-Gillibrand crypto regulation bill. The brief argues that Congress has not granted the SEC authority to regulate crypto assets 100%. Defining the contours of crypto regulation in this country is a job for Congress and not the SEC 100%. The SEC's claim that virtually all crypto assets are securities exceeds the SEC's authority, encroaches on Congress's lawmaking, and contravenes the separation of powers. And putting a new spin on the regulation by enforcement term, Senator Lummis declares that the SEC cannot legislate by enforcement. Excellent work by the lawyers at Jenner and Block. And listen, this is 100% the facts. Like, this is sickening to me. Like, the SEC has essentially bullied this industry into oblivion, if you will. And I don't mean price-wise, right? Like, we still have $1 trillion in market cap. I'm just saying, like, in terms of innovation and growth, this space has been diminished by them. XRP is a perfect example of a coin that was suppressed for well over 2 years. All right, like, I know that we were celebrating hard when we got the decision, but we barely broke over $1. And again, like, that's not me focused on price in the short term. I'm just saying, like, you know, we really deserve a lot more, because for 2 years we missed out on incredible opportunities. If you weren't diversified, of course you should always diversify, but the XRP holders got harmed greater than anyone in the space, right? $15 billion in damages when we seen the lawsuit announced. Completely spoiled Ripple's name in the US. And for a little while there, almost all hope was gone. There were still buyers of XRP. I was also one of them. I remember during that time, I was seeing comments over on Twitter saying XRP is going down to 5 cents, going down to 0. It's, you know, going here, there, wherever. And it's crazy because at that current moment in time, you know, everyone was looking at Ripple and XRP and the XRP community as like the bad guys. Even Ethereum, right? Like all of the Ethereum maxis, Vitalik Buterin himself was talking about it. Like everyone was hating. And now, you know, it seems as though a lot of those people that were hating on Ripple and hating on XRP and the XRP community, they're all cheering because now they see just how disgusting the SEC is. Like, to me personally, like, we need something to happen here. We need to make sure that the SEC and Gary Gensler can have zero say around this market. Completely strip them of their power around crypto. That's what we need. And we do see over here from Johnny Deaton, because this is around Bittrex, which, by the way, I utilized Bittrex at some point in time. I want to say, like, I think it was like right around when H-bar was like 3-5 cents during 2021. I was using Bittrex a little bit there because it was the only exchange that was actually listing H-bar. So today they announced, this is going back to August 10th. The reason why I bring this back up is just because, like, again, there's a warpath in front of the SEC around crypto. They don't want it to succeed. Today, we announced that crypto asset trading platform Bittrex and its co-founder and former CEO, William Shahara, I hope I'm saying that name right, agreed to settle charges that they operated an unregistered national securities exchange broker and clearing agency. And what do you see from Johnny Deaton? He's saying, hey, SEC Enforcement Director, you pat yourself on the back for this settlement. How many investors did you protect from the settlement? Is this one similar to the protection you provided from the BlockFi settlement? You know, the case where the SEC Gov became one of the largest creditors in the BlockFi bankruptcy ahead of retail investors. Are you proud of that result as well, considering no one has more clarity in the space? One final question. Are you willing to answer whether the Hinman speech was screened and approved by the SEC's ethics office? Don't you think you should clean up your own house before you clean up Wall Street or Crypto Avenue? Or are you guys above the law? How about you come on Crypto Law US and answer a few questions, since you are a civil servant with nothing to hide? And we do see hashtag fire Gary Gensler. And you know what? Like, listen, the SEC is essentially running a mafia, if you will. And it's all catering to the banking sector. Like, it's ridiculous at this current moment in time that we have, like, first off, the number one thing that I do want to say is that we should not have individuals that have a net worth of over $100 million being the ones to regulate and protect retail investors. Because this is not a retail investor. This is a known banker and fraudster. He worked for the big banks. He's committing fraud essentially from the SEC side, utilizing his power to go after, you know, these innocent companies that have no choice essentially to settle out and pay this mafia. They're doing shakedowns within crypto through enforcement. That's it. That is it. And it's ridiculous. But we need something to happen. Because if I'm being quite honest with you guys, like, I've heard talk and talk and talk for years now around the SEC and Gary Gensler. Talk is cheap. We need some sort of action here. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. Others, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night. If you guys are on this video, that's been Nick. Peace out, guys.